So what's up, guys? I'm back, and as promised, we're gonna wash this car and get my take on what I think of this soap that I got a while back at a car show. So let's pull it out and see which one it is. It's right here. It's called JaxWax Cannon Soap. So we're going to be checking out that product, seeing how it does, seeing how it looks, and then we'll go from there. But first, I got to get into my shed and dig out my pressure washer. I hope it's not too far in here because I got quite a bit of stuff in there. And I locked that gate, so now I have to walk all the way around the house to get to it. So it's an old, I think it's a Ryobi pressure washer that I have, and I've had it for a couple of years now, like 2 or 3 years. But I don't really use it that much because I get super impatient or I just run out of time, and I end up just taking my car somewhere to get them washed. But I do, for the most part, wash my cars myself. I just don't use my pressure washer because it's easier not to. And sweet, the pressure washer is right here, right up front. But the canister for the foaming cannon part, I'll have to look for it. So let me get back with you guys in a minute because I gotta dig through all this stuff to see if I can find it really quick. Okay, so I found all the parts, and I gotta get the key to move his car over to the middle of the driveway so I can have a little bit better room when I go to wash this thing. Eventually, I need to take these 2 cars out of the garage and wash them too because they're getting pretty dirty. But this ought to be interesting. Such a weird car. Sometimes you don't need the key fob, sometimes you do. Either way. So I think my buddy comes back into town Wednesday? No, maybe Thursday. I don't know. But I'm trying to convince him to come to work because he's being lazy. Oh, I can't wait till he gets this car back. It has 30 miles until E. Because I was such a good friend and I didn't want to refuel his car up. I mean, why would I? It's like almost $7 a gallon. But yeah. Man, check out this screen right here. Y'all gotta see this. Isn't that a crazy view? Like, that's pretty clear for a car's camera, if I must say so myself. But yeah, I'm gonna finish getting everything set up. I'm gonna get my chemicals mixed up, or I should say dilute it with water, and yeah, get this thing going. So this is the pressure washer I have, and it came with this little foam cannon tube which has spider webs all over it because I haven't really used it that much. And yeah, I'll pre-wet this. Let me get my bucket and my rags so I can basically get this party started. So I'm going to be using something similar to this. to wash it, and it's like super soft. And then I have my bucket with screen in it to protect or to catch all the dirt at the bottom, so that way I can reuse the rags. And one of my little secrets that I do when I'm putting my water in the bucket, I add my water first, and then I add my soap. Well, actually, I add like a pinch of soap in the beginning. But the trick that I found on hand washing cars is hot water. So in the sink, I have super hot water on demand, and yeah, it's already hot. Like, it's so hot, like instantly, because the hot water heater is right here, and the water is so hot that it will burn you instantly. So what I do is I get my hot water going, I get my mix dilute it down, and then I let my rags soak. And you know what, now that I think about it, I'm not going to use this because this takes a really long time to dry out. So I'm going to use my other rags that I know that are really good for this. Because they're like Old Faithful. You can't not use them. And they do so well. So that water is entirely too hot. So now that I got about a quarter of the bucket full of water, I add my soap. And that's all you need. So outside we go with this bucket. Between the two cars, try not to scratch anything. And I'm trying to work fast because it's getting dark way earlier than it used to. So you gotta work quick. That way when I wash this car, I don't have to pull it into the garage to see all the dirt spots and whatnot, and I can give it a pretty good wash out here. So let me start the wash, and you'll just watch what I'm doing. Kind of tell me what I'm doing wrong or right, and yeah, let me get to it. So as you can tell, it has gotten a little bit darker, and for me that was like 20-30 minutes. For you that was probably like a minute, but let's check it out. So if you look at how, and you can see where, I didn't dry it very well, but if you look at how shimmery that paint is, this car actually cleaned up really nice. What I can say about that product, here's a good look into the light right there. And you can see all the little, again, I really have a hard time describing this paint. I should look it up and see what it is. But from what I can tell, it's definitely, it's some kind of metallic, but it's like a flat, and it's just really hard to describe like what the color actually is. But it's like it's a real hard to describe color. But yeah, it cleans up really nice. Let me get it real quick for you. So it's called JaxWax Cannon Soap, and it's a pretty, I'm gonna say for the most part, it didn't foam up the way other products have, and it lifts the dirt and grime off the car fairly well. Like, I can't complain about that. So it's all in all, I'd say if you happen to get some, pick it up. It's not a bad product. It's probably not the first product I would pick, but for what it does, it's actually a really good soap. Like, I like it. So yeah, let me finish cleaning this car up and then we'll go to the next part. So the next part I'm going to do is the JaxWax Super Blue. I don't know if y'all have heard of that or not, but it's basically a tire shine. Now, I am very, very picky about my tire shines because I don't like the tires to be super, super shiny, but I also don't want, you know how when your tire's spinning and you get a lot of that tire shine that flings off? I really hate that. Like, it makes me not even want to tire shine my car. But since it's not my car, let's give it a go. So I put a light application onto the pad, and I just wiped it in, and I can already tell, for me and my liking, it's a bit glossy. But you know what they say, you did the one, so you got to see it through. So 1 tire down, 3 to go. All right, so the tire shine is complete, and now that it's dried a little bit, it doesn't look that bad. And by bad, I mean it doesn't look that wet. There you go. It's got a little shimmer to it, but it's not too crazy. Let's check out this other side. Yeah, it actually dries really, really nice. So I like it. Can't forget that part. Like that a lot. But yeah. Now for the fun part, this roof, I'm gonna put a coat of wax on it, and I mean, it's just gonna be a spray wax, just something super, not crazy, because I don't want to do too much to it. But for a carbon fiber roof, it's got to be cleaned up, and I'm gonna use, where is it? Liquid Carnauba wax. And again, it's the JaxWax brand. Looks like this. So up there, super liquidy. Down there, not so much. So let's give it a nice shake. Shake, shake, shake. Whoa, well, that's a good way to shake it up. Let's go apply it and see how it looks on that carbon fiber roof. And hopefully it comes out pretty good, because if it does, then I'll use it on my stuff. Check you back in a second. Okay, so my first impression putting this wax on is it's very, very, very liquidy. I think it's something that I would have to get used to. It applies pretty good, but it's a little runny for me. And I don't know if it smells really good too. So that it has that going for it. But it's very, like I said, it's very, very runny. But it definitely, and again, I'm doing this in my driveway practically in the dark. So the results will vary from what I'm doing to what you're doing. But it hazes up pretty good. And that's what you want. So I'm gonna give you you can see it in the light right there. It's super, super, where I've applied it, like super hazy. And we're applying a little bit of pressure to get it in. So that way it kind of like penetrates into the paint, I guess. But yeah, let me buff it up and see what it looks like. So this is actually really, really, really hard to see, but that wax looks pretty good. It made it look like glass on this side, and you can see it over here where I haven't buffed it yet. But yeah, it really, yeah, right there it looks like glass. And then on that side you can see where I haven't gotten to it yet. It's a little, you know, with the compound on there. Oh, here's a good look right there. Compound, buffed in. So again, these products, they come out one way, and you have to, you know, be open-minded when using a new product. And for me, you know, I was a little hesitant, but it comes out way better than I expect. So for the most part, I'm actually really happy with that. So I'm gonna finish buffing this up, or buffing it out. And the other cool part is it doesn't take a lot of pressure to really get it to clean up. You know, it comes right out. I actually can't wait to show you guys this. I might even pull out one of the cars so you can see it under the light. That way I can also check if I missed any spots. But yeah, it's super surprising. So for that wax right there, I can definitely say A+. They nailed it on that one, and it looks phenomenal. I mean, this roof looks like, I mean, you can see the weave really well. It looks like glass. I mean, it really looks like, another look at it, you can see that palm tree in front of my house very well. And at first you could see it, but it was, you know, kind of dull looking. And then you look this way and you can see the, see right here. Yeah, you can see the reflection off the house. Yeah, it looks pretty good. A thumbs up on that one. So the JaxWax foam cannon wash, I give that a 7 out of 10. The tire shine, now that it's dried up and it's the way I like it, where it's not too shimmery, I give that an 8 out of 10. And the wax, I give that a 9 out of 10. And that's probably going to be about all I do to this car, except for finishing up, you know, wiping it down and whatnot. I'll have to vacuum out the driver's side one more time, and then yeah, I'll be ready for my buddy to pick up, and we'll see the look on his face. Or I should say, I'll see the look on his face, but you know, we'll check out what his reaction is to it, because I don't think he's seen his car this clean since he bought it. But yeah, I got a lot of cleaning up to do, and I better just get to it. So we're gonna wrap it up right there. I appreciate you guys that stuck around for this video, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll see you guys on the next one.